Since the holidays just ended, I guess we should start with the holiday ones. Specifically the ones that match Christmas and a couple of other ones sprinkled in there, but I digress. These don't really match with each other, but you know what? That's just my whole live action and non-Disney collection to begin with. So, for the sake of argument, let's start with Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This is the Family Home Entertainment release. I haven't watched it. In fact, I haven't even tested it since I got it. This came from my stepfather and his kids. They were going through a bunch of their video collections, and oh, they spelled Rudolph wrong. That's interesting. And it's the UAV Corporation's release of this, so for all we know, this might not even be the actual Rudolph movie. But for the sake of argument, it is Rudolph. No print date, they spelled it wrong. And it is UAV. They were just there literally to make money, so... Does it say UAV anywhere on the box? No, it doesn't. So for all I know, they literally just stole the video from this. That's interesting. Now, fortunately, these four are a little bit easier to work with. Let's start with a classic. Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Or Jim Carrey in Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now, this is the one that divides a lot of people. I don't know that many people that like the most recent one. The Bandy Witch Cumbersnatch one, or whatever the hell his name is. No, a lot of people don't like that one. I know I don't. That's just because I don't give Illumination Studios the time of day, because they're literally the bane of animation. And they don't deserve to be in business, but again, that's just one man's opinion. Everybody adores the original Grinch, and this one's the one that divides people. No print date, unfortunately, but that's to be expected. I think Disney was the only one that was really into the print date things and such. I personally enjoy this one. I think I watched it once or twice this year. Not on video, I watched it on TV, but I was busy doing a lot of other things like editing for the channel, working on Crimson Fury, and doing a bunch of other things that I don't have time to get into, so let's not get distracted. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. This is the first of my 3 Peanut specials that I own. And it's... outside of A Charlie Brown Christmas, it's one of my favorite all-time Christmas specials. Why? Because I watched the living crap out of it. This is the 1996 print of this, so it's going to have a couple of Nickelodeon previews on it. Because Paramount was really trying to push the fact that, hey, we get to sell Nickelodeon tapes. Whatever. And whatever. But this is, well, like I said, one of the best holiday specials out there. And unlike A Charlie Brown Christmas, it doesn't really end with a positive note. It ends on more of a negative note, if you really ask me, with the whole Great Pumpkin not existing and Charlie Brown not getting to enjoy Halloween because he's Charlie Brown. What'd you expect? Charlie Brown Thanksgiving I watched this year for the first time, and it's not as good as I remember it being. It's about Peppermint Patty inviting a bunch of people over to Charlie Brown's house for Thanksgiving while he has literally no intention of being there because he was going to his grandmother's house. And they don't know how to cook, they don't know how to do anything, and Peppermint Patty kind of throws a fit at him. She expected a 10-year-old boy to be able to cook a masterpiece of food on Thanksgiving, which is weird. But whatever. It was a weird... Oh, forgot to show the tape. Way to go, genius. You're running the gambit here, genius. It's also a bit later released than The Great Pumpkin and A Charlie Brown Christmas, where I think a whole 6 or 7 years after those were released. So it was one of the later ones. And like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of that one. And I watched it on Thanksgiving this year, so it was like, wow, really? That's what we're going to go with. I don't know. And last but not least is A Charlie Brown Christmas. I don't think I have to say how much of a masterpiece this film is. It is literally one of the greatest Christmas specials ever. And if you've never seen it, I wholeheartedly apologize to you. Because this is a literal masterpiece. In case you don't know, it's basically about Charlie Brown trying to find the meaning or some bit of joy about Christmas in his life. And Linus kind of poignantly tells everybody that it's not about the gifts and the glam and the pomp and the circumstance, and it's about family and getting together with your friends and shenanigans. But those are my holiday-themed ones. We're probably going to go with some of the live-action stuff next. So we could, balance things out and shit. That's right, Kevin Costner. I'm coming for you. So, until next time, stay classy, YouTube.